starting lineups in the first couple of opening minutes. Catherine Slott, the forward to kick us off here at Marillac Field, and we are underway here in the Bronx for the season finale for Manhattan Soccer Club on the women's side. Here's the Cedar Stars lineup they will go up against. The goalkeeper for Cedar Stars, matching her team in the green theme, although it be a lighter green, is Ashley Moore, number 1. The rest of your lineup for Cedar Stars, Natalie McGovern at midfield, number 3. Danielle Howard joins McGovern at midfield, number 8. Grace Giaronda at forward, number 9. Giovanna Echevarria at midfield, number 10. Mackie Brotherston on defense, number 24. Julia Oliviera at forward, number 25. That bounces in loose. And back comes Slot to try to play it out of 2 Manhattan defenders as down there cleanly to swat that one away for Manhattan. Sliding over was Katie Logo, who joined in with Hillary Cornett on the defensive save on Wednesday night. As Logo couldn't stop that one, and the opening goal is scored. There was no reaction from Cedar, but it is in. We'll see who they give the goal to. But in the second minute of the game, as down there was Slot, and just like that, with no reaction on the field, hardly from Cedar Stars, it is 1-0. This is a Cedar Stars team that in their first matchup against Manhattan this year handled business with a 6-1 win. Sophie Totino gets the game opening goal.
The assist from number 10,
Giovanna Echevarria gets the assist. 2 minutes in. So Slot started against Katie Loga. Echevarria gets the assist. And Totino gets the goal to open the scoring. After Manhattan held Morris Elite off the board until the 63rd minute on Wednesday. A goal scored in the opening 2 minutes here in the season finale. It is Sophie Totino, number 31 in green, the defenseman who snuck in. Joined on defense by Kathleen Hennon, Angeline McLaughlin. We mentioned Catherine Slott as well, and that is your Cedar Stars starting 11. As for Manhattan, it is Sophie Air between the pipes once again. Esme Brayshaw at midfield, number 3. Fatah Decor at forward, number 9. Hillary Cornett on defense, number 12. Maya Presume at forward, number 13. Danielle Piscatelli at midfield, number 17. Malia Hershkowitz at midfield, number 23. Gwyneth Schulman at forward, number 31. Your rest of your defense, Katie Logan, number 32. Alexa Essex, number 34. And then Lily Shore gets the start at forward, number 37. In the season finale for Manhattan, and Shari Ekstrom trying to come out of this 2026 season with a win, but the opening goal by Sophie Totino, not what Manhattan was looking for to start this one. As the Cedar Stars rush out to an early 1-0 lead, the only shot of the game so far. As you hear the communication from Shari Ekstrom once more, we heard a lot of Shari doing the communication on the field on Wednesday night. She was talking to her team after the game, after the loss against Morris Elite on Wednesday, wanting her team to come out hard, play loose. But here they are with just over 4 minutes gone, trailing 1-0 on the goal by Sophie Totino. That one is pooched toward the net from the far side and wide of the back post. As head coach Ellie Sianka Lapori begging Danielle Howard to move that ball toward the middle before it went wide. Howard at midfield to aid the goal kick for Sophie Aird. Shots 2-0 in favor of the Cedar Stars. Cedar Stars rushes their call coming from Bergen County, New Jersey. Down the middle it is Howard. against Malia Hershkovitz. And that one scoots out of bounds by the far side of the field against the high black fence as Metro North rushes by on this now 83-degree Sunday afternoon. As on the spin and turn, Dalcour helps out nicely to back it on up. But there to play it cleanly for Cedar Stars Academy. And keep moving. Slot helped it on. Manhattan able to move on out as Esme Brayshaw looks for assistance. Dalcour. On the move, has help with Alana Reed fresh in the game. Calling for the shot and taking the shot. And getting stopped as Reed had cut down there. And it was Dalcour who got the shot off the pass from Alana Reed. Shari Ekstrom likes that. The save made, diving to her left by Ashley Moore. The first Manhattan shot of the afternoon, just over 6 minutes on the clock. Here in half number one. As you heard the Manhattan bench yell for the shot once Dalcour got it right in the wheelhouse. And Moore diving to her left, got it with both hands. Through the middle, it is Slot. On a swing to Julie Oliviera down the middle. Shot comes high over the bar. Over the outstretched arms of Sophie Aird. And over the crossbar as well. And a goal kick for Aird coming up. And trying to avoid those defensive zone turnovers. As Maya Presume escapes trouble. We saw Maya take the yellow card on Wednesday night, blocking the free kick from the goalkeeper from Morris Elite, Sarai Parker. See how aggressive Manhattan wants to play in the end. The season finale, looking for that elusive first win. As Giovanna Echevarria down to Slot, and we have a whistle, I believe, for a Cedar Stars offside as we approach 8 minutes played. Here in half one, the Cedar Stars rush a 1-0 lead on a goal 2 minutes in by Sophie Totino. Lead in shots 3-1 as well. And despite this high-powered Cedar Stars offense that has scored 31 goals this year, that is 10th most in the USL, they've only outscored opponents 31-29. For Cedar this year, folks, this will blow your minds. This year, when they have scored 3 goals or less, they are winless. They are 0-5. All 4 of their wins have come when they've scored 4 or more. They've had 3 games where they've scored 6 in one. The other game, they beat Paisley 4-3. In their first matchup, coming off a 6-0 win against Paisley. There was 6 different goal scorers for Cedar Stars Academy in that win. Gabrielle Parker, Kathleen Slot, Isabel Wiener, Natalie McGovern, Giovanna Echevarri, and Slot again. So Slot, the only multi-goal scorer, scored her second goal in the 69th minute in the 6-0 win. So all 6 goals were scored in a span of just 48 minutes, just over a half's worth of game time. As on the move, it is Brayshaw. Against her opposite number 3 in McGovern, Brayshaw sends one toward the net and more. Dances over to her right and picks it off on a couple of hops. We'll see if Brayshaw gets credit for a shot, and Esme does in fact get credit for the second Manhattan SC shot on goal of this first half. Goes back to the safety of Sophie Aird in her royal blue uniform once again this afternoon. Aird to the right side, sends it down toward the Cedar Stars bench. Dalcour got taken out, and I believe we have our first foul of the day, and we do. Did they get it on Dalcour? I believe they did, or did they? They did not. It was not on Dalcour. I apologize. I thought I heard the officials say number 9, but it'll be a free kick for Brayshaw. Brayshaw's free kick into the middle toward the box, swinging and not getting all of it, was Presame, and it's cleared out of the goal mouth and out of bounds. So that's one Maya Presame will want back. Had a chance in front to sweep the leg and send one toward the cage, but just couldn't get enough on it. Now Danielle Piscatelli has work with Brayshaw all the way across it goes. Waiting hopefully for it was Essex to no avail. Turnover as Herskovich pushed it in deeper. Back down there's Alana Reed, but it hops out by the far corner in the flag. Be a Cedar Stars throw-in from the far side of the field by the trees as we have 11:20 on the clock. In this first half, still 1-0 Cedar Stars Academy. Another turnover forced by Manhattan, as Malia Hershkowitz was in there once again. Nice spin move through the middle by Piscatelli. We have our first Manhattan foul, and that one is Piscatelli. On the move is Brayshaw. Down the middle set of Piscatelli, who lost her footing for a moment, then flutters a shot wide. Towards the near post, it'll be a Manhattan corner kick coming up. It was deflected on the way in. And Shari Ekstrom Johnny on the spot was immediately calling corner kick. This one will come from the near side. Looks like it's Gwyneth Schulman, number 31 in white, to take the corner kick down there. Where our view is cut off just a bit. As sent toward the middle and cleared away with ease by the Cedar Stars defense. Back toward the center of the pitch. It was cleared away excellently by Echevarria. And then taken away with ease as McGovern down the middle of the field. Aird has to get back as that's pushed in the direction Sophie Aird's slot was there, but Aird to scoop it up. So after the early goal by Sophie Titino, Manhattan doing a much better job defensively. Really helping out Sophie Aird in front of her own net. As that one, we have a whistle right in front of the press box where our view is slightly obstructed. Like Dalcour went down. Looks like it'll result in another free kick for Esme Brayshaw coming up. And before the free kick, we'll have a water break here at Marillac Field. Just over 14 minutes accumulated on the clock. Shots are even at 3 apiece. Cedar Stars Academy 1-0 lead on the goal 2 minutes in by Sophie Titino. This is a Cedar Stars team in their first matchup against Manhattan back on June 16th. We mentioned the 6-1 win. Stars scored 6 goals on 16 shots in that game, and 4 of their 6 goals were assisted. So we saw the great ball movement early on in the goal by Titino, assisted by Echevarria. And we have a water break inside the first 15 minutes. Temperature at 83 degrees here at a hot and sunny Marillac Field. There was a brief stretch right before the game where clouds were helping us out to cover up the sun. Not so lucky this go around. Our producer Steven Sanchez to my right got the full canopy set up to stay nice and cool. Steven Sanchez, dedicated to his craft, was down at Hard Rock Stadium last night, taking in Colombia and Portugal the World Cup. I got back on the plane up for today's season finale, limiting his sun exposure as much as possible. He's got the canopy to my right. He's got the towel blocking the computer from the sun, our streaming laptop. After the water break, we are back underway. Here at Marillac Field, the free kick from in front of the press box. It was their core to take it. And the reset for Katie Loga. As the rush set up their defensive unit. On the move, it is Cornett. Through the middle, good pass by Hillary. Tal Decor couldn't handle it. And out of bounds it goes, right to the right of Elisianka Lapori, the head coach for Cedar Stars Academy. Corn missed it. Swinging on the move is Lily Shore. And out of bounds it goes once again. Cornett over there for the near side throw-in. Deep in the defensive end of Cedar Stars. That one off the midsection of Dalcour. Spins it nicely toward the net, and it's caught on the fly by Ashley Moore. We'll see if that gets credit for the fourth Manhattan shot of the day. Dalcour spun that one towards the net. And down the middle, Moore sends it now to the back. Cedar Stars look to come. Manhattan's done a decent job creating turnovers in the middle of the field, and there's another one. As jumping down on it nicely for the intercept was Essex, who's been strong out of the defensive spot in the first 17 and a half minutes. This one spins into no man's land. On the move is Cornett against Catherine Slott. But that one out of bounds. They did not credit a shot to Manhattan and Dalcour for the cross that was caught by Moore. So shots still even at 3 apiece. And we have a whistle as MSC was looking to come out of the back. And it's a Cedar corner kick coming up. From the near side of the field. Up in the air it goes, and the second chance shot blown over the net as that ball popped out loose right near the top of the box. And it looked like it was Echevarria who blew it over the crossbar, so the fourth Cedar shot of the day. Giovanna Echevarria, who had an assist on the game-opening goal by Sophie Tatino 2 minutes in, had a good look there. Good touch pass by Shore, unable to be tracked down cleanly by Piscatelli. And Cedar looks to take advantage off a turnover. Good intercept to slow the operation down by Hershkovitz. Malia Hershkovitz back defending. As on the move is Natalie McGovern. We have a whistle, and it's going back to Manhattan as we approach 19 and a half minutes accumulated on the clock here in half number 1. Still 1-0 Cedar Stars. And the kick up coming for Sophie Aird from the far side of the box. Ball pops loose. Can Vatau chase it down? And that one out of bounds as Cornett was chasing. In front of the Cedar bench. To the far side it goes. Echevarria over there to help assist on the turnover. Manhattan, when they've turned it over in the offensive side of the field. Slot keeps it moving on ahead. It rolls on to Danielle Howard, who gets spun down right near the midfield circle. And a free kick was ripped off the back of Lily Shore. And on the move is Dalcour, who takes a foul, and that is much to the displeasure of the Manhattan bench. Shari Ekstrom. And the Cedar free kick coming up as we approach 22 minutes played here in half number 1. Ashley Moore with the brighter green uniform, the tennis ball green. Keeps it moving, and Cedar looks to advance on out. Creating a turnover successfully as Brayshaw set it up. Esme Brayshaw making some moves in the start today, getting tugs from behind. Out goes Moore, the shot loose. And Moore made a save on Lily Shore. So Shore looked like she was getting her jersey tugged as she crept toward the net. And Moore fought it off. We'll work on this over the course of the game. A Cedar defender dressed in number 27. There's no 27 listed on the Cedar roster. So we'll work on that over the course of the remaining 20-plus minutes of the first half. And during halftime, if need be, is Cornett a good takeaway against Grace Gioranda. And a corner kick for Hillary Cornett coming up. And the goal kick for Moore. After the kick by Cornett. Never got through as Moore lets it rip. Shots even at 4 apiece as we approach 24 minutes. Accumulated in half one on the move is Dalcour. Vatau toward the box. You hear Shari Ekstrom say get a corner, which she approves as the corner was, or at least the near side throw in deep in. Good work until the turnover by the Manhattan offense. As leading the charge was Lily Shore, who's had the biggest scoring chance for Manhattan in this first half and did some good work on offense there before the turnover. Catherine Slot looking for a shooting angle. Goes to work, Slot toward the middle as the sun hides behind the clouds. Danielle Howard finds Echevarria to the far side it goes. Howard looks for a lane. Passes off to the turning Sophie Totino, who scored the game opening goal. That one flutters in and is caught by Aird right as we hit 25 minutes on the clock. Here in half number one. We'll see if they credit Totino with a shot as it found its way through traffic. And Aird booms it down the field on the run. His Shore has their core with her, and a good touchback pass by Echevarri to send it back to her keeper Moores. That could have been an odd woman rush between Shore and Dalcour. Another turnover. Manhattan creates another turnover on the offensive end. Going to work is Piscatelli along with Esme Brayshaw. Brayshaw puts a good move on Howard. Spins one in the direction and it'll sail wide on the near side. So Esme Brayshaw trying to make things happen out of the midfield position. Manhattan doing a much better job today generating offense. Offensive chances, I should say, at least. Took them till the 86th minute to score on Wednesday when Malia Hershkovitz evened up the game 1-1 for what ended up just being tied for just over 2 minutes before Susu Dixon scored her second of the night and the eventual game winner in Morris Elite's 2-1 win over Manhattan. As C lurks to work through the midfield, Alana Reed full speed ahead with an angle. Can she catch up to it? She can. Reed looks to cut to the box against Totino. Reed falls down. Manhattan keeps it pooched toward the net, and Dalcour missed the header. And over to retrieve is Ashley Moore with the ball in bounds. Alana Reed, good work to set up Fatou Decor. Fatou just missing on the header. And it remains 1-0 Cedar Stars as the punt by Moore. A two-hopper off the head of Catherine Slott. And now Grace Gironda. Through the middle it goes. Slott on the run off the touch pass from Echevarria. And Essex sends it back to the safety of her keeper, Sophie Aird. 27.5 minutes accumulated here in half number one. Shots still even 4 apiece. Goals still 1-0 Cedar Stars rush. Sophie Totino 2 minutes in. The game's only goal to this point. We saw no goals in the first half on Wednesday. We were scoreless until the 63rd minute, when Morris Elite came to town. Another turnover in the middle of the field. A lot of turnovers between the two teams in the first 28 plus minutes. As they pass through the middle from McGovern, corralled by Echevarria. Back to Daniel Howard it goes for a long shot, and Aird watches it roll wide of the near post. See if Howard gets credit for a shot. She does. It's the 5th for Cedar Stars. And we get a whistle. I believe we have ourselves another hydration break on this very hot 83-degree afternoon here at Marillac Field. Second hydration break of the first half comes in the 29th minute. Here at Marillac Field, as Cedar Stars look to finish their regular season 5-5, and Manhattan looks to get off the schneid and end their 2026 season with a win. They trail it 1-0. And for Manhattan, a team that has been outscored 47-7 this year, and a much better job creating offensive opportunities in the first portion of this first half. Ashley Moore forced to make 2 saves, including the big chance by Lily Shore. As of course, as luck would have it, right as the water break begins, the sun goes behind the clouds. See if the hydration break will end fast enough for both teams to take advantage of the shade and get back out there. But a very hot day here in the Bronx for the season finale. So most of the offensive opportunities have been created by Fatou Dalcour. Hillary Cornett is slid up high. And in the midfield, really have to look at Brayshaw. Hershkovitz creating opportunities. Lily Shore in the forward position, getting the start this afternoon, the season finale. As both teams using this as a de facto timeout. I'm sure we will have plenty of stoppage time once we hit 45 minutes here in the Bronx. As this second hydration break, a little bit longer than the last one. The first one, and Manhattan SC out of the break first, as we are in the 32nd minute here in half number one. As we restart play with the kick by Sophie Aird. As Manhattan gets touched through the midfield. Down the middle is Brayshaw. Looking to lead Dalcour in, and we have an offside. A bad break for Manhattan. Fatou was breaking in, and just a little too quick for her own good as Ashley Moore came way out of the net aggressively to challenge Dalcour. And it looked like Dalcour would have had an empty net, except the offside was ruled. Manhattan was nailed with 2 offside calls on Wednesday night in the loss against Morris Elite. It's dumped in. Slot almost took it away from Essex. There to help out was Katie Loga. And back to Sophie Aird. And another turnover in the center of the field. By my count, folks, between the two teams in this first half, I've seen about 12 turnovers as Aird sliding to her left. Covers it up to avert any danger. And Aird set to boom it away. Down the middle of the field over everyone's head. Until it's pooched in nicely by Gironda. Right back to Sophie Aird. So Manhattan's defense has really tightened up nicely since the game-opening goal 2 minutes in by Sophie Totino, where Cedar Stars are able to walk right in and bang one past Sophie Aird. Good defensive play on the back line by Maya Presame. As McGovern sent one toward the box, never got there. Gironda again looks for a passing partner and finds Catherine Slot. Slot goes to work against Hillary Cornett. To the back it goes, and Natalie McGovern. And the shot high and wide from the far side by Totino. It's already the third shot in this first half for the goal scorer, Sophie Totino. She has 3 of the 6 Cedar shots in this first half. Shots are 6-4 Cedar Stars Academy. As an errant pass ends up in the Manhattan bench. A smart play by Gironda to let that one go. As Piscatelli was the one who was errant with that pass. To the far side, and Totino again. Sends one towards Slot, who knocked it down at the bottom of her foot. Can she get an angle? She can. The rebound was there, through, and not getting a shot off with an empty cage was Julia Oliviera. The open side was there near the far post. And Oliveira couldn't catch up to it and bang it into the empty side. A huge break for Manhattan. A Cedar corner upcoming as a result. But Manhattan fortunate for the moment to only be down one. Slot heads it over the crossbar. Catherine Slot perhaps a little too tall for her own good. Had aired beat, but not the width of the net. And Manhattan dodges a bullet, remains down just by one shot. Remember on Wednesday night, Morris Elite with a 1-0 lead. Had Henna Endecan miss an empty net that would have put the game away at 2-0. Late, but Endecan missed, and then of course Hershkovitz came back to tie it in the 86th minute. Before Susu Dixon won it in the 88th minute with her second of the game. Cornette back defensively. Needs help. Cedar Stars keeps it moving. Nice cut through the middle by Echevarri, who sends one over the bar. Giovanna Echevarria, some good footwork there to tiptoe on through and get a shot off. And Aird had that right hand up once again. And another high shot for Cedar Stars, and suddenly the shot count now in favor of the Rush 10-4. As that one sent near the press box and headed down out of bounds by Cedar Stars coach Ellie Sianca-Lapori. Of course, named the Cedar Stars Rush. Unfortunately, Cedar Stars did anything but rush. As they showed up late and we had a 3:20 start here at Marillac Fields. They're off and running with a 1-0 lead. With the goal 2 minutes in, and that is the only tally of the contest thus far. By Sophie Tatino. Rush have it once again in the midfield. On the run. It is Slot using her size, trying to beat the double team of Cornette and Essex. Piscatelli helping out as well. There's Essex, a nice block, as it would have been a break to the net for Danielle Howard. But Essex got her right foot in the right place at the right time to block that pass that would have sprung Howard in loose, one-on-one with Sophie Aird. Big defensive play by Alexa Essex. So Manhattan defense doing enough to keep the offense in the game once again. As we approach 38.5 minutes on the clock. Here in half number one. As the throw in by Cornette in the direction of Dalcour. Fatu throws it on in once more. Piscatelli keeps the operation moving back to Essex. On the far side, Alana Reed goes to work, accelerates the engines. Alana Reed still with it toward the far corner flag. Goes to work against Totino, and it's out of play. Good effort by Alana Reed trying to go coast to coast. It's a goal kick up coming for Ashley Moore and the Cedar Stars Academy. Dalcour trying to force a turnover. Getting back nicely as Kathleen Hennon was harassed by Fatu. Slot tries to escape, can't do it without help. And operating is McGovern out of the zone. On across, Totino couldn't get out. As Manhattan ups the pressure in the offensive end, trying to prevent a Cedar Stars escape. It's Tino on the move. Through the middle. Was looking for Oliveria to no avail. Biscatelli gets spun around and taken down. No foul called. Manhattan has to keep playing as a result. Slot almost snuck by Cornett, but Hillary Cornett, Johnny on the spot, kept playing. And it ends up out of bounds. Good IQ by Hillary Cornett to not let up despite Piscatelli going down. And that prevented Slot from breaking toward the net. As we're across 40.5 minutes on the clock here in half number one. Esme Brayshaw gets tangled up with Giaronda, and we have a foul on Grace Giaronda. It's only the second Cedar Stars foul this first half, and Grace Giaronda the guilty party. To the far side it goes, and successfully getting to it is Piscatelli. With the help of Alana Reed, it was taken away beautifully as McGovern swooped in. Reed a step late. Now here is Slot on the move. Catherine Slot using her size to try to cut toward the net. Manhattan's defense gets back, nicely so, as Essex helps out Katie Loga, who steers it away from harm's way for the moment. Cedar trying to keep the pressure on. It's knocked down by Echevarria, who looks for a shooting lane and shoots one into the arms of Sophie Aird. It's the 11th shot for the Rush. Now out shooting Manhattan 11 of 4 in this first half, but still just a one-shot game. 1-0 Cedar. Rush in possession of the game's last 7 shots as the clock reads 42-10 here in the first half. Of course, we've had 2 hydration breaks on this hot 83-degree afternoon, so we'll see how much stoppage time is added in a couple of minutes. And the far side throw-in for Cedar coming up in the direction of Catherine Slot against Essex. Slot looking for a cross, nobody home. Hillary Cornett with the top-spinning soccer ball advances on ahead. A good move to escape by Brayshaw. Esme Brayshaw through the middle. Blows by Echevarria nicely. Has Shore and Reed ahead. Alana Reed toward the net, and it's stopped by Moore. So Alana Reed caught up to it, just didn't get enough velocity on that shot. It's the first Manhattan shot of any kind in the last 20 minutes or so. And shots now 11 of 5 in favor of Cedar Stars. As Totino dumps it into no man's land out of bounds. 43-20 on the clock. Late stages first half, shots 11 of 5 in favor of the Rush. As Brayshaw plays to Maya Presime. Presime all the way across to an open Hillary Cornett. Cornett looking for help, finds Dalcour, who got fended off. Cornett had her pass blocked and out of play as we approach minute number 45 here in the first half. Looks like it'll be Esme Brayshaw to take the corner kick for Manhattan, looking for a late goal here in the first half. A Manhattan team that we mentioned has struggled to score this year. Toward the middle it goes on the corner kick. Ball ends up in the net, and we get a whistle, and we get the stoppage time announcement from our PA announcer, Joey Jarzinka. 2 minutes of stoppage time. So factor in 2 minutes, 1 minute for each hydration break. That was a good corner kick by Brayshaw. Just an offside in the box, I believe what the whistle was for, perhaps a foul. But Manhattan creates another turnover in the middle of the field. Here comes Lily Shore, who has one of the 5 Manhattan shots. Couldn't break through there. Got overpowered by Echevarria, and now Catherine Slot on the move again. Slot one-on-one against Katie Loga. Fires a shot well wide of the near post. Good defense by number 32 in white, Katie Loga, to not let the oversized Catherine Slot create a one-on-one opportunity. So Loga, despite being undersized against Slot, still played good one-on-one defense to prevent a shot on goal. It's the 12th shot overall for Cedar in the first half. Shots now 12-5 in favor of the Rush. But still 1-0. That goal 2 minutes in by Sophie Totino, assisted by Giovanna Echevarria. Through the middle, Brayshaw couldn't catch up to it. Cedar accelerates with time running out. McGovern. That was blocked nicely by Presame off the foot of Totino. As we are into the 2 minutes of stoppage time. Here late in the first half, Manhattan looking for a late goal. And stoppage time to get into the intermission, even at 1 apiece. It is Brayshaw. Looking for help finding Daucourt. Tao tries to go back to Esme. Blocked it with her back, gets it back from Lily Shore. Daucourt with room, looking to get the ball to the middle of the box, finds Brayshaw, who overran the pass. And it ends up with Cedar Stars and Danielle Howard. On the move, Presame needs to catch up to Oliveria. And back it goes on to Sophie Aird. Perhaps one final rush for Manhattan, Katie Loga. Back to Aird it goes. Who goes with the big booming kick down the middle of the field. And that is it for half number 1 here at Marillac Field. In the season finale, it's the Cedar Stars Academy 1 and Manhattan Soccer Club nothing. A goal 2 minutes in by Sophie Totino. The only goal in the first half for Cedar Stars as they outshoot Manhattan SC 12-5 in the opening half and are 45 minutes away from a season series sweep against Manhattan SC and finishing their regular season at 500. Manhattan on the other side. The first half of the first half was where they saw more of their offensive chances generated. Cedar Stars and head coach Ellie Ciancolapori, defensive adjustments in game as Manhattan only 1 shot over the final 25 minutes of play in that first half. SC trails 1-0 as we take a break for halftime here on the Manhattan SC Sports Network at Marillac Fields. We are back here at Marillac Field getting set for the start of half number 2 in the season finale for Manhattan Soccer Club. George Whitbread back here with you. At halftime, it is Cedar Stars Academy 1, Manhattan Soccer Club nothing. The game's only goal coming in the second minute, a minute and 6 seconds in. Sophie Totino, the goal scorer for Cedar Stars, as they outshoot Manhattan 12-5 in half number 1. Totino with 4 of the 12 shots for the Rush, 2 of her 4 shots on goal, including her tally. The rest of the way down for Cedar Stars, 2 shots for Danielle Howard, 2 for Giovanna Echevarria, 1 of them on goal, 1 shot for Julie Oliveria, 3 for Catherine Slott, none of which have been on goal, in part thanks to some strong defense by Katie Logan, Hillary Cornett on the back line, and then on the Manhattan side. 1 for Esme Brayshaw, 1 for Fatal Dalcour, 1 for Danielle Piscatelli, 1 for Alana Reed, 1 for Lily Shore. 4 of the 5 Manhattan shots on goal in the first half. Brayshaw, Dalcour, Reed, and Shore hit the net, all stopped by Ashley Moore. No substitutions for either side in the opening 45 minutes. The starting 11s for both Shari Ekstrom and Ellie Sianka-Lapori played all 45 minutes in the first half. What is a hot day here at Marillac Field. 83 degrees with 45 minutes to go in the regular season for Manhattan. The 2 teams switch ends. Manhattan will now operate right to left on your screen, and the Cedar Stars Academy will operate from left to right. Manhattan gets first touch here in half number 2, looking for their first win of the year in the season finale. They'll need to do it in come-from-behind fashion. But ever since the opening goal by Totino 66 seconds in, Manhattan's defense has tightened up nicely as Brayshaw couldn't track down the long dump-in pass, and right back to Cedar Stars it goes. We're underway here in half number 2. And the offense and the defense have both contributed to the 0-9 season here in 2026, being outscored now 48-7. If you tack on the goal by Totino from today, we'll need to find some lightning in a bottle here in the final 45 minutes to come from behind against what is normally a very high-powered Cedar Stars offense. They scored 31 goals this year in the 9 games. It was good for over 3 goals per game, but just the one by Totino. Sophie Airds made a couple of big saves when she's had to, and we mentioned the backline defense by Hillary Cornett, Katie Loga, Alexa Essex as well. A lot of those Cedar shots did not reach Sophie Aird due to the strong defense. So on the move, it's Dalcour. The lead looking for Shore wasn't there. And Angeline McLaughlin cleans it up. We did find out during halftime that number 27 in green is Mackie Brotherston. Brotherston, who's listed as number 12 on the roster for the Rush, wearing number 27 in green. So a takeaway by Malia Hershkowitz, who tied us up on Wednesday night against Morris Elite. Going to create more second half magic here. The shot by Brayshaw, deflected off a couple of bodies on the way through. It's scooped up by Moore. Looks like it hit Sophie Totino along with McLaughlin. We've crossed 2 minutes accumulated on the clock here in half 2. Brayshaw did get credit for a shot on that one that double deflected on its way through to Ashley Moore. Cedar the other way off the turnover. Full speed ahead goes Giovanna Echevarria, who has an assist on the game's only goal by Totino. And a Manhattan foul in front of the press box. Presame was over there. And the free kick for McGovern Spins one toward the middle of the top of the box. Manhattan clears out Brayshaw going against her opposite number 3, McGovern. Now Dalcour accelerates into the offensive end of the pitch. That's how Decor going end to end. Stops on a dime, needs help. Got it cleared away for a moment. Inside it goes. Looking for the turnaround shot was Reed after a nice pass was created by Danielle Piscatelli. Manhattan keeps it moving. Here's Lily Shore looking for a shooting lane, finding a shooting lane and missing wide on the near post. So good work in the midfield by Manhattan, trying to create more opportunities. Already their second shot of the second half. As we have not even played 4 minutes yet here in half number 2, so a bit of a carbon copy. For the first half of the second for Manhattan, a majority of their offensive chances coming early in the half. Shots now 12-7 in the game. And 2-0 Manhattan here in the second half. The lead for Catherine Slot. Working against Hillary Cornett. Slot looking for room. Working it down low. It comes loose to Totino, who winds it up and misses well wide off the left foot on the far side. Good positioning by Hillary Cornett. And a goal kick up coming for Sophie Aird. The 13th shot of the game for Cedar Stars. Shots now 13-7. And the match high 5th shot of the game for Sophie Totino. Number 31 in green. In the middle, it is McGovern. Toward the Cedar bench, it went over the head by a wide margin of Totino. A Manhattan throwing up coming. We're in minute number 51 with 50 minutes, 30 seconds reading on the clock here at Marillac Field. Still 1-0 rush. Brayshaw needs help. Finds Lily Shore, who needs help in her own right. Nice spacing by Manhattan. Dalcour was behind the ball. Fatou comes back to it, looks for a shooting lane. Dalcour to the far corner. And a whistle. And Elisianka Lapori not happy with how his defense set up there. But a stop for the rush nonetheless. And Ashley Moore, the kick up coming from the far side of the box. On the back line, it comes all the way across to Sophie Totino. Totino goes to work against Alana Reed. Intercepted, it pops loose. Brayshaw tries to settle down the bouncing ball to no avail, and it ends up over the Cedar Stars bench. As we hit 52 minutes on the clock here in the Bronx. Lily Shore knocked it down. Played it away from Totino. And all the way to the far side it goes. And Kathleen Hennon content to let that one roll out of bounds. Near the high black fence. So a very conservative start to the second half after 3 early shots. 2 for Manhattan, 1 for Cedar. As that clock keeps on running in a 1-0 match. The clock obviously not Manhattan's friend right now, and a sliding block by Essex prevented that ball from getting to Oliveria. Oliveria against Presime has it swatted away. So spacing on the field is limited here in the opening 8+ minutes. Now in the 54th minute, Slot looks for room, and Pyle drives one high and wide over the far post and over the crossbar as well. Shot number 14 for the Rush. And for Catherine Slot, that is shot number 4 on the afternoon for number 28 in green. Presime got dumped and fouled by, and Maya's still down. Working on that right leg. Or the left leg, excuse me, looks like the left ankle. As it was Oliveri who came over and got tangled up with Maya Presime. Still getting in that left ankle stretched out in a laying down position. Certainly don't want to see any injuries at this point in the season, in the final half of the year. And good to see Maya Presime back to her feet for the upcoming free kick. Looks like Maya will stay in there. And the free kick by Malia Hershkovitz. Spin move by Dalcour. Shore couldn't get it through. The well-placed block by Giovanna Echevarria, who stretched the right leg out to block that pass. Echevarria again, after being helped out by McLaughlin. So just as we've talked about how Manhattan's defense has tightened up, so has Cedar Stars. Only allowed 2 Manhattan shots over the last 30 minutes of game time. Now in minute number 56, 55, 35 reads on the clock. McLaughlin back to the safety of her keeper, Ashley Moore, who has not been busy after the 4 early shots by Manhattan back in the first half. I want to go back further in the match, folks. Manhattan only 3 total shots over the last 38 minutes of game time, stretching back to the first half, and the Cedar lead of 1-0, which came in the 2nd minute on the goal by Sophie Totino, has stood up. Brayshaw trying to change that off a turnover. Esme Brayshaw finds Alana Reed. Reed spins one toward the back post. Nobody there. It'll be a goal kick up coming for Ashley Moore. See if Reed gets credit for a shot there. I don't believe she will. And then it'll simply be a Moore goal kick. Echevarria advances upfield. The ground ball pass missed Oliveria. And now Presime. Maya Presime gets help Essex and Hershkovitz as Katie Loga advances. A defensive standstill game over the first 12.5 minutes of the second half. Not a lot of offensive action. A couple of wide shots here and there, but that is it. Not a lot of space to be found on the field, as both teams tightening up defensively, which is fine for Cedar Stars, protecting the 1-0 lead. As we hear Ellie Sianka-Lapori yell to Danielle Howard to play up top. We'll see if that leads to an odd woman rush upfield, after the Cedar throwing coming up in a moment. We heard Shari Ekstrom say during halftime, we got to play with a pace. The more we slow down, the more we let the opponent catch up. And so far, Cedar's defense doing a good job negating Manhattan's chances to play at a high tempo here in the 59th minute. 58:30 reads on the clock. Spinning is Echevarria. Around cornet and aired on the push shot. Dives to her right to keep it out. Nice spin move by Giovanna Echevarria. And I believe Echevarria will get credit for a shot on goal there as aired to her right, able to smother it with a slide. As Sophie booms it down the field. A Cedar throwing up coming as that went off Dalcour. Dalcour able to take it back, has Brayshaw in the middle. Esme Brayshaw passed it into traffic. Nobody home as Totino played it away, and Alana Reed throw-in set to come up. Reed couldn't get the return pass from Brayshaw. Manhattan back to work with Molly Hershkovitz, who gets spilled down by Oliveria. Another foul on Julia Oliveria in the second half, and a free kick upcoming for Esme Brayshaw right in front of her own bench. Manhattan 2 shots in the first 3.5 minutes of the second half, but nothing since. Brayshaw booms one, spinning toward the post, and it is caught cleanly by Ashley Moore. That is shot number 8 for Manhattan. And for Esme Brayshaw, that is shot number 2, both of which have been on goal here this afternoon. As the bouncer, Oliveria tries to get a handle on it. Had it knocked away by Loga, as we're in minute number 61. Oliveria the cross, nobody home. It's picked off on a couple of hops by Aird. Sophie Aird has done all she can, keeping her team in the game. Stopped 2 out of 3 shots on goal, I should say, in the first half. And has directed traffic and kept everything out here in half number 2. Still a one-shot game here at Marillac Field. Manhattan trying to avoid an 0-10 2026 season. And the Cedar Stars looking for a 500 finish to their regular season if they can hold on to this 1-0 lead. Through the middle for Oliveria has Presame defending. Presame appears to be moving just fine after getting that left ankle banged up when she was fouled by Oliveria. Here's Julie Oliveria again, defended by Hershkovitz. Malia went down. And we have another Cedar foul. Back to Manhattan it goes. So the foul's picking up for Ellie Ciancolapori's club here in half number 2. That's their 3rd. And a Manhattan free kick upcoming now in the 63rd minute. Essex to take the free kick. Goes in the direction of Alana Reed, where it was intercepted nicely by Totino. Oliveria the feed through the middle nicely is Howard open. Danielle Howard in on goal. She shoots and scores. Danielle Howard got loose. Aird came out of the net and Howard did not miss inside the near post. And in the 63rd minute, it's now 2-0 Cedar. As number 8 in green, Danielle Howard open off a nice feed from Julia Oliveria. Makes it 2-0 Rush.
Stars goal scored by number 8, Danielle Howard. The assist from number 28, Catherine Slott. Time of the goal, 63rd minute.
They give the assist to Catherine Slott. I apologize. But in any event, it is the goal for Danielle Howard in the 63rd minute. Assisted by Slott, and on their 15th shot of the game, Cedar Stars score for the second time today. And after taking down Manhattan 6-1 just 11 days ago, now have a 2-0 lead here on the road in the Bronx against Manhattan SC. So the moment Manhattan's defense sprang a leak, Cedar takes advantage as Howard got loose and ripped one by Sophie Aird to make it 2-0. Hillary Cornett spins one toward Moore, who picks it off. As Manhattan right back on the offense, now needing 2 as we approach minute number 65 here at Marillac Field. And you can start to sense pressure picked up that much more after that second goal. Manhattan has now been outscored 49-7 this year. Here comes Slott in a foot race against Loga. She shoots, and it is offside. Shot went in from Catherine Slott, but just a hair offside, and that saves Manhattan's bacon as Slott had a step on Katie Loga. And for Cedar Stars, that is their third offsides of the game. That one not at a prime time, as Catherine Slott had plenty of space to take that shot. At a good angle on Sophie Aird, but a little too quick and offside. Manhattan still breathing, down by 2. As we hit minute number 66. Maya Presame. Hershkovitz. And now Brayshaw, nice takeaway. Esme Brayshaw took it away from Julie Oliveria. Brayshaw got her cross blocked. And out of bounds it goes. Shots 15-8 in favor of Cedar. Protecting this 2-0 lead. And Esme Brayshaw corner kick coming up from the near side of the field. Manhattan, you almost sense this one needs to find its way in. Needing 2 here in the 66th minute. Ball pops up loose. Hershkovitz lets it fly, got under it, and missed it high and wide, got it over. And on top of the stone ledging to the left of the near post. So the 9th shot for Manhattan, and Molly Hershkovitz, who was the lone goal scorer for Manhattan on Wednesday night, got underneath that one and put it up over the net. And for a Cedar team that we mentioned, folks, has had trouble keeping the ball out of their net this year, having given up 29 goals in their first 9 matches, with a shutout so far. Cedar with 2 shutouts so far this year. Of course, they had the shutout last match against Paisley Athletic 6-0, and they also shut out New Jersey Copa FC 4-0 back on June 10th. Looking to finish their regular season with 3 shutouts in 10 matches. Manhattan looking to flip the script as we approach minute number 68. The lead for Oliveria against Presame. The shot on goal stopped by Aird. Fumbled it for a moment, but Sophie able to pick up the loose rebound before it bounced away. Sophie with the save, and now Manhattan can try to get back on the offensive end of the pitch, needing 2. Ripped down the middle of the field by Hershkovitz, nobody home, except the keeper, Ashley Moore, for the rush. A turnover, a sloppy one by Natalie McGovern. Dalcour had it knocked away beautifully. And Dalcour fell on top of Mackie Brotherston wearing number 27. Good play by Brotherston to stick her foot in there and knock it away from Dalcour. On the other end, it is Totino, whose goal stands to be the game winner if this score holds. Scoring in the 2nd minute, 66 seconds into the match. Air didn't get enough on that kick. Off the top of her foot, it looked like. Totino the other way against Presame. Essex back to retrieve. To the safety of her keeper, Aird. And Manhattan looks to advance upfield once again. Manhattan SC in the 2nd half, just 4 shots, one of them on goal. Came from Esme Brayshaw on a shot that was double deflected and bounced in easily for Ashley Moore to scoop up. Another Manhattan turnover. Through to Oliveria. Now an open Echevarria. Giovanna Echevarria got blocked off nicely. Slot didn't win the foot race against Cornett. Cornett turned it right back over to McGovern. Danielle Howard, who scored the 2nd goal a moment ago, as Presame beats Oliveria to the punch. Maya Presame advances, unsuccessfully looking for Alana Reed, turns it over to Totino. As Cedar Stars appear to have grabbed full control of this game here in the 2nd half. Have completely clamped up defensively, and right now they have the ball on a string, milking precious time off the clock with a 2-0 lead. As we are halfway through minute number 70, 69-30. Reed's on the clock on the scoreboard here at Marillac Field. Through the middle, Dalcour looking for Alana Reed, who has space. Reed cutting in on the near side angle, in on Moore, shoots and hit the crossbar. Alana Reed, a couple of hops with frustration, had Ashley Moore beat, but couldn't beat the crossbar. Dalcour comes back and scores. Manhattan is not done yet. In the final seconds of the 70th minute, Fatal Dalcour pulls Manhattan within 1. It's now 2-1 Cedar Stars. After Reed hit the crossbar, it took a friendly bounce right to Fatal Dalcour, who deposits it upstairs inside the near post. And Manhattan SC has one back. It's now 2-1 Cedar Stars rush. As Manhattan gets to hear their San Jose Sharks goal horn. If you don't follow hockey, folks, the San Jose Sharks in the National Hockey League have the same goal horn and goal song. Actually, I believe I might be dating myself.
Scored by number 9,
Fatu Decore gets the goal.
The goal is unassisted.
They credit it unassisted for Decore. So Fatu Decore puts Manhattan on the board. Back within 1 with 71:10 reading on the clock. As that was blocked away by Brotherston. The throw-in set to come from Hillary Cornett on the far side of the field. So Manhattan looking for a comeback performance. Fell just short of a 1-1 tie on Wednesday after getting the late goal from Maya Hershkovitz in the 86th minute. After giving up the tie in the 88th minute. Trailing 2-0 here. Gets the quick goal in the 70th minute by Decore. Now just a one-shot game once again as we approach minute number 73 here at Marillac Field. We have a whistle. I believe the officiating crew has signaled for a water break here at Marillac Field. After we had 2 water breaks in the first half, we make it all the way to the 73rd minute here in half number 2 before we get our first stoppage for a hydration break. Here at Marillac Field, shots are 16-10 in favor of Cedar Stars. That's the exact count in shots we saw the first time these two got together, just 11 days ago, in a 6-1 Cedar win. But a much different story today. Manhattan right there in this game, thanks to the goal by Fatu Decore. Off the rebound from Alana Reed that went off the crossbar. And Manhattan with life in the regular season finale, looking to avoid an 0-10 2026 season. As both teams catch their breaths and cool off on a very hot 83-degree afternoon here in the Bronx. And normally you would think playing right here on the Hudson River, you get a little bit of a breeze. But there's not much of a breeze helping out these players and officials coming from the Hudson River on the far side of your screen. Fortunate piece is that for both squads, we've gotten much help from the cloud cover here in the second half. So I'm sure if you're both Manhattan and Cedar Stars, you'd love to finish this game off before the sun comes down from behind the clouds. Clock still rolls into the 74th minute. This will all be added back at stoppage time. Once we hit 90, we had 2 minutes of stoppage time back in the first half. I would imagine we'll get at least 2 minutes of stoppage time here in the second half, given the length of this water break. And again, it's only the first water break of the second half. You're in minute number 75, so I'd imagine this might be it for hydration breaks for the afternoon. And it gives head coaches Shari Ekstrom and Eli Siankalapori opportunities to rally the troops for the final minutes of the regular season. Of course, Manhattan trying to avoid the 0-10 mark. Cedar trying to finish their regular season at 500, 5-5. If they can protect this 2-1 lead, which was once 2-0 until a couple minutes ago. Fatu Dalcori cut the lead in half. Alana Reed, the open look off the crossbar, bounced right to Dalcori, who banged it in inside the near post upstairs in the toy department. Manhattan with life. So the recent goals for Manhattan both coming in the second half. We saw them get the late goal from Maya Hershkovitz on Wednesday. Another late goal from Dalcori here today.
For Manhattan Soccer Club is number 97, Catherine Cornett.
And
She
we
replaces number 19, Alana Reed.
have our first substitution of the day. Catherine Cornett, who is listed on the roster as the backup goalkeeper.
Is Sophie Air donning number 8.
And Cornett now between the pipes for the remainder of this one. Sophie Aird stays on the pitch. Now changing from number 1 to number 8. Alana Reed comes off for Cornett. So Sophie Aird and her size being used on the offensive end here in the later stage of this one. Aired off the head against McGovern. So when you're 0-9, Shari Ekstrom pulls looking to pull a rabbit out of the hat here. Trailing 2-1 in the 77th minute. Brings her goalkeeper Sophie Aird, who changes uniforms from the goalkeeper royal blue to the forward home white with the red number. And now Ashley Moore on the goal kick. Manhattan trying to pull one out of the fire to at least get out of here with a 2-2 tie. Down by 1 as we're inside minute number 78. 77-15 reads on the clock. As every possession gains importance as we wind down the stretch of this one. That one scoots out of play. As Cedar with the 2 goals today, now 33 on the year. That puts them in 7th place in USL scoring. As they're in sole possession of 7th place with their now 33 goals this year. They pulled even with NC Courage U23 with their 33 goals. Hoping these two will be enough to get out of town with a win. In the back, it is Essex. Through the middle, pass almost escaped in the midfield. It's sent towards Sophie Aird by Brayshaw. Brayshaw trying to create a turnover. Aird there as well. And you see the size of Sophie Aird up front. Shari Ekstrom saying, let me put size up front, try to make something happen. Potentially on a corner kick late in the game, a rebound. Get the size of Sophie Aird to bang in the tying goal. Presame working hard against Oliveria. And a throw in for Presame coming up as we approach minute number 80 here at Marillac Field. Shot still 16-10 Cedar Stars. And it's been enough with a 2-1 lead. The goal scorers in the game for Cedar Stars. Sophie Totino opened the scoring, followed by Danielle Howard here in the second half. Then Atal Decory on the board for Manhattan here in the 70th minute. It's a Pole SC within one here in the season finale. Back to the safety of the keeper Moore. As Brotherston in front of her, but elects to advance it onward to McLaughlin. Laughlin again. Avoids the turnover nicely against Lily Shore, who's been quieted here in the second half. Shore, who had a shot on goal in the first half, also created an opportunity as well. Has not seen the ball at her feet as much here in the second half. The lead for Lily Shore on cue from Brayshaw. Lily shoots and scores! Right on cue, Lily Shore ties us up in minute number 81. And down 2-0 in the season finale. Manhattan has pulled even at 2-2. Quite a find by Esme Brayshaw. And Lily Shore found open real estate atop the box and blew it upstairs where Grandma keeps the cookies past Ashley Moore. And all of a sudden, we are tied at 2 here in Riverdale. So 2 goals in the last 10 minutes for Manhattan.
Soccer club goal scored by number 37, Lily Shore.
As Lily Shore gets announced.
Number 32, Katie Loga. Time of the goal, 81 minutes.
As the goal scorer, they announced the assist as Katie Loga, but looked like it was Brayshaw from here. The cross to the front. Shore again hit it off the side of her foot and got underneath it and sent it over the high black fence here at Marillac Field. Another close call for Cedar Stars. But Manhattan down 2-0, staring an 0-10 season in the face, has come back from 2 goals down here in the second half to pull even, now looking for one more in a lead. Brayshaw almost took it away. But now, in what could be a repeat of Wednesday, is what Cedar is hoping for. Can they get the lead back in the closing minutes? After Maya Hershkovitz tied it in the 86th minute for Manhattan on Wednesday before they gave it up in the 88th minute to Sue Dixon and Morris Elite. Now Corey, who opened the scoring for Manhattan, couldn't get to that one. And instead, it's raced away by Cedar and Grace Gironda, number 9 in green. As we're in minute number 83, the lead. Oliveria got behind the defense. Oliveria looking for a shooting lane, and getting over to block the pass was Essex. Not sure what the plan was for Julia. Oliveria had a wide open angle to shoot against the backup keeper, Catherine Cornett. And Oliveria got too cute and tried to make a pass, and Essex was in the right spot at the right time to block it. And we are still tied at 2. The lead for Sophie Aird. That pass too hot went off the top of her shoe as Natalie McGovern races the other way. As Cedar now accelerating, looking to get the lead back. Echevarria against Loga. Katie Loga wins the ball one-on-one, and now Hillary Cornett Approaching minute number 84 into crunch time here at Marillac Field. Dalcory down the middle, it is Brayshaw with a lane. Esme Brayshaw looking, shooting, and hitting the post. Esme Brayshaw within an inch of giving Manhattan their first lead of the match. Hits the near side post. And you saw Ashley Moore throw her hands up in frustration, thought she was beat, but saved by the iron. And we remain tied at 2. Manhattan with the last 3 shots. Headed, aired, scores! Perfect corner kick by Esme Brayshaw, and we mentioned the height of Sophie Aird potentially playing a factor. And the corner kick by Brayshaw perfectly found the head of Sophie Aird, who bangs it by Ashley Moore. And at the end of the 84th minute, Manhattan with 3 in a row to take a 3-2 lead, trying to lock up their first win of the year. And on the other side, this has been quite a meltdown for Cedar and Ellie Siankalapore's club. Sophie Aird gets announced for the goal. They give the assist to Hershkovitz, is coming back with a high-rising shot. Echevarri is stopped by Cornett. So Catherine Cornett, who had not faced a shot yet today, has to extend the right arm high up there to prevent a game-tying goal at the foot of Giovanna Echevarri, who assisted on the game-opening goal by Sophie Totino. So what a response by Manhattan here in the second half after the Danielle Howard goal made it 2-0. Appearing dead in the water, staring an 0-10 season in the face. Manhattan scores 3 in a row. That header is a diving save by Cornett. And you hear Shari Ekstrom telling her team to lock in now in minute number 86. And they do now say Brayshaw gets the assist for the corner kick. That's what we thought we saw from up here in the booth. So Brayshaw the assist, aired the goal on the header. And Manhattan in the lead 3-2, trying to end the season on a high note after coming into this match being outscored 47-7 in the first 9 matches of the year. And every second feels like it's taking a lifetime, I am sure, for Shari Ekstrom and her club. Think about the offensive struggles this Manhattan offense has had this year. We mentioned only the 7 goals coming in, shutout over the first 70 minutes today, until the goal by Dalcory on the rebound after Reed hit the crossbar. Manhattan, the 3 goals today, a season high. In fact, it was the first time they scored multiple goals in a game. The goal by Hershkovitz on Wednesday night in the 86th minute prevented a 3rd straight shutout. A lot of 1-goal losses this year for Manhattan. 2-1 losses. 3 2-1 losses, accompanied by a couple of lopsided losses. Now trying to seal the deal here in the season finale. Aird looking for another header goal. This one was missed by Lily Shore. Pops up in the air for Essex to control. Manhattan doesn't have to do anything too cute here, protecting a 1-goal lead late as we approach minute number 88 here at Marillac Fields. Essex sends it to the safety of the corner, and Aird had to bounce off her stomach. It took a friendly bounce for Cedar. Echevarria through the middle. Presame was in the right spot to play it away. Aird on the run. Sophie Aird has Lily Shore with her. Aird content to dog walk it to the corner and kill the clock. 87-20 reads on the clock here in the Bronx. Every possession that much more important. Manhattan trying to kill the clock. And after the clock was the friend of the Rush the entire match, it is now their number 1 enemy. On the move is Oliveri, who turned it over, and Hershkovitz content to dump it in deep. Accelerating is Echevarria, the lead for Oliveria against Essex. Essex wins the foot race and plays it back to the safety of the keeper, Cornett, who, if this score holds, will get credit for the win, being that she was between the pipes when Sophie Aird scored the go-ahead goal. Oliveria. We have a whistle. So right as Oliveira is about to wind that up, a foul on Cedar. And now a free kick for Maya Presame coming up. She will gladly take her time now in minute number 89. 88:30 reads on the clock here in the Bronx. Manhattan oh so close to locking up their first win of the year in the season finale. Presame down the middle of the field. Aird couldn't find it. Hershkovitz did, played it in deep. Dalcory. Now Hillary Cornett races to the corner. As we approach minute number 90, Dalcory, content to go further into the corner, it rolls out of bounds. And Dalcory may have gotten fouled down there. As Brotherston was over there, I heard a whistle. There was in fact a foul, as Brotherston's kick blocked by Dalcory. We are 15 seconds into minute number 90. We have not heard a stoppage time announcement yet about how much time will be out. Remember, there was a hydration break around the 75th minute. Manhattan content to keep it on the left side of your screen and kill the clock halfway through the 90th minute. Dalcory, Cornett continuing to keep it pinned in that far corner. And Cedar watching valuable time melt off the clock on this hot day. Moore, and now McLaughlin. Angeline McLaughlin races ahead. We still don't have a stoppage time announcement. Maya Presame, we've now hit 90 minutes, but still no stoppage time announcement. So both teams continue to keep pedal to the metal. Manhattan trying to close it out. It pops loose to Sophie Aird, who slows it down into the near corner. And we just get the announcement from PA announcer Joey Jarzinka, 5 minutes of stoppage time here in the second half. So roughly about 4.5 minutes to go for Manhattan to try to lock up their first win of the year in the season finale. Presame content to send it out of bounds into the near corner. Shots 18-14 Cedar. But in this second half, folks, they are 9-6 Manhattan. A second half that has seen Manhattan come from 2 goals down, starting in the 70th minute on the goal by Fatou Dakori. Lily Shore tied it up in the 80th minute, and then Sophie Aird put Manhattan ahead in the 85th minute. Trying to make that lead stand up and finish this rough season on a high note. Brayshaw tries to keep it in as a turnover by Cedar in their own end. Aird, who's been excellent at gaining possession and killing the clock since her go-ahead goal. Brayshaw turned it over. Sophie Totino missed. Oliveri, who has to now chase it down. Look at Katie Loga sprint full speed ahead. Can she get there? Yes. Great play coming over. Great anticipation by Katie Loga to knock it away from Julia Oliveria, who had a chance to cut in. Oliveria knocks it down. And we have an offside against Cedar. And a free kick upcoming for Maya Presame. More stoppage time melting off the clock, of course, in stoppage time. We don't have the clock running here at Marillac Field. This is all at the discretion of the officiating crew. Manhattan wants just to keep this ball moving, preferably on the left side of the field in the offensive end. Brayshaw hit it off the ankle of Totino and turned it over. Cedar looking for a rush with Danielle Howard, who thought she put the game away with a goal to make it 2-0 earlier in the second half. Totino, who opened the scoring, shoots. Cornett. It's spun wide. Catherine Cornett tracked it. but it would not go for Sophie Tutino, looking for her second goal of the day. That ball just kept spiraling toward the far post and ultimately missed the net on what was the 19th shot of the day for Cedar Stars Academy, looking to avoid being upset by 0-9 Manhattan in the regular season finale. Cornett kicks it as far as she can. It's up in the air, which helps Manhattan out. Dalcory couldn't track it down. Brotherston did, but gave it away. Cornett plays it in deep again, out of bounds. And time continuing to tick away on Cedar. It's Cedar ball off the foul, as Piscatelli went down. I believe was the guilty party as well. The free kick is blocked. And another foul. You hear Ellie Siankalapouri say, concentrate on the delivery, about getting this ball toward the net and the box. Trying to beat the backup keeper, Catherine Cornett, sister of Hillary Cornett, and pull this game even and escape with a 3-3 tie. Brotherston on the free kick with the left foot, booms it as far as she can toward the box. Cornett, it's up for grabs. Where is it? Cornett can't get a piece of it. Oliveria was there, couldn't get a whack at it. Dalcory sees it squirm out to her. Dalcory dumps it ahead. Brayshaw with open space, races to the corner. Now toward the cage against Moore. Brayshaw shoots, it's blocked by Brotherston. But out of bounds, more valuable time coming off the clock. And Brayshaw out of the field of play to retrieve that ball as it went through the open fence. So Esme Brayshaw, who did not get the start on Wednesday against Morris Elite, with big-time plays here late, including what stands to be the game-winning assist off the corner kick on the header goal by Sophie Aird. Shots 20-15 Cedar, but they'll need more magic on offense. They want to get out here tied. Brayshaw, corner kick over the head of Aird. It pops loose. Cedar has to hustle. On the move. Staying with it is Howard. Gave it away. And we have a foul, I believe, on Presume. Cedar keeps it moving quickly. Oliveria with Howard going to the net, along with Catherine Slott. Oliveria spins it toward the net. Nobody home. Loga with Essex. It's played toward midfield. And into the Cedar Stars bench. Manhattan trying to hang on have the ball here in front of the visiting bench. Presume will toss in. Manhattan waiting for the referee's whistle to declare them victorious for the first time this year, trying to hang on to a 3-2 lead. Out of bounds, and that is it. A triumphant 3-2 comeback win for Manhattan SC in the season finale to avoid a winless 2026 season. They trailed 2-0 in the 70th minute. Fatal Dalcory opened the scoring for Manhattan in the 70th minute to cut it to 2-1. Lily Shore, who did not get the start on Wednesday, tied it up in the 80th minute. And then, pulling a rabbit out of her hat, head coach Sherry Ekstrom made a goalkeeping change, put the height of Sophie Aird in it forward for Alana Reed, and Aird scores the game winner in minute number 85 off the corner kick from Esme Brayshaw. And from down 2-0 to victorious 3-2 in the season finale, Manhattan gets their first win of the year in their final match of the year over Cedar Stars Academy, 3-2. Your final totals in the game. Shots were 21-15 in favor of the Cedar Stars Academy. And for the first time this year, Manhattan gets to hear their victory song right back here where we started from, as they finished their season in style with a comeback 3-2 win from down 2-0 in the second half to winning it 3-2. Sophie Aird, the goalkeeper, of all people, gets credit for the game-winning goal. Still with a huge smile on her face. Changed uniforms from the royal blue goalkeeper uniform to the home white uniform. Catherine Cornett, I believe, will get credit for the win, as she was between the pipes when the starting goalkeeper, Aird, scored the game winner in the 85th minute. A very exciting end to a rough season otherwise for Manhattan as they beat Cedar 3-2. For Cedar in the loss, they finished the regular season 4-6, 1-4 on the road this year. And for Manhattan, they get the 0 out of the win column and stick a 1 in there. Finish the season 1-9 overall and 1-4 at home this season. Your goal scorers in the match, Sophie Totino and Danielle Howard for the Cedar Stars. And for Manhattan in comeback fashion, that's how Del Corey scored the first one. Lily Shore tied it up. And then the goalkeeper, Sophie Aird, scored the game winner off the assist on the corner kick from Esme Brayshaw in the 85th minute. Thank you so much for tuning in today and all season, ladies and gentlemen. Manhattan SC and Shari Ekstrom get that win to finish 2026 on a high note as they take down the Cedar Stars Rush Academy 3-2. We'd like to thank our producer, Steven Sanchez, our PA announcer, and statistician Joey Jarzinka, and George Whitbread saying so long from Marillac Field. We'll see you next season here on the Manhattan SC Sports Network.